How many people get to start again at 57? To be able to come back and try this again, it's scary, it's invigorating, it's exhilarating, it's torturous. Someone said to me once, Headpins was the easiest money I'll ever make. Why do this at this point in time? And it was because I can.
She needs no introduction, but it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Miss Darby Mills. This is the Darby Mills Project!
Do I want to go down, which could be tomorrow, saying I didn't even try? So, I'm trying. Bottom line. I don't know what else is in here. This is life, right? Oh yeah, and my husband with his pants down. And then this is our dates with Kiss. This is on tour with Whitesnake, on tour with Street Heart, Aerosmith, David Coverdale and John Sykes, Pat Travers, felled by Darby Mills, Open for Loverboy, and the comment here is, sorry Mike, Darby Mills makes Mike Reno look like a wimp. Gotta love that one. Here's where I was dubbed Miss Scream Canada by the Vancouver magazine of the day. Had become a place that it was hard. It was your job now. It was just like grueling. And I started to wear thin with my patients, and you know, so was McLeod, and McLeod and I clashed, which was in 1985, and that's when we broke up, the year we broke up. And I was out of a gig, you know, so I put together a solo project. My husband built a recording studio. I recorded Never Look Back.
There's a cycle in the business where sometimes they like girl singers, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's male singers, sometimes it's bands. It's all in a cycle. And with her, when her solo album came out, the cycle went to country, believe it or not.
If I could go back and relive those times knowing what they were, I think I would do it a little bit differently, but it just didn't happen. So the band broke up at that point, and I retired. I decided I was going to have some kids and have a family, and to hell with this nonsense. 2 years later, I got a phone call from the drummer of the Headpins saying he's got a cover band playing the clubs, come and do a set a night. So I did, and we survived on about 20 shows a year for quite a few years. What had happened over the last rendition of the Headpins was safe and working and coasting. But the Headpins' last new song was 1985. That was the last time we recorded a new song.
She's got so much more to give than the 12 Headpin songs every night. So her decision to go, I want to do this, and breaking a Headpins thing was a hard thing to do, like 35 years, and then just to say no.
This was about a week after my last show with the Headpins. It was hard. It's your whole life. It's my whole adult life. I was 21 when I joined the band and 57 when I left, and it was a lot of hard thinking. And it's like, if I don't do this now, I will never get the chance to do it again.
Ooh, what you're listening to is Monkey. Guess by whom? She's sitting in our studio. Welcome to What She Said, Darby Mills. Hello, everybody. Now, today, you've got together with a group of dedicated, die-hard 80s rock and roll bandmates, which makes up the Darby Mills Project. We've heard a little bit of Monkey just a few moments ago. Tell us about that.
I went in and remastered the Never Look Back CD, which was recorded in 1990. So I remastered it and put it out as Flying Solo. If you want to be the boss, you got to take the wheel and drive,
do it yourself,
so that you can fulfill what might be your dream, because you never know when your last day is coming.
Check 1, 2, yeah, check 1, 2, yeah.
I don't know these guys past 1983, 4, and 5. They were in the bars at the same time I was, which is really cool. That's why my new band is who they are, because they were there at the start. They were there for the fever, and out of the 4 of them, none of them had a chance to take the next step. So for them, this is them getting to take that next step with me.
I played in a band called Wild Child during the 80s, and I always thought, it'd be really cool to play with her someday. And surprise, here I am.
We all came from the 80s, we all understood the 80s, we all understood the sound, we understood what it was like to be in the music scene at that time.
It was Randy that called me and said that Darby might be looking for a bass player, why don't you call her? That's kind of how it started.
For me, it was a no-brainer. Right away, I went to my boss and I just said, look, this is an opportunity I have. And as soon as I mentioned who it's with, he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
We've purchased the room for the evening. We've taken the bull by the horns, and we've decided to buy our way into the Vancouver market. There's no label to cover the costs. We've been borrowing out of the house to cover little bits here and there. This is our opportunity to prove that we're worthy to play the bigger stages and not play the clubs. Because there's really not a lot of clubs out there to play.
Ricky's got to get in there. Here we go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
If this works, I'll be really happy. If it doesn't, at least I'll know that I gave it an effort and I didn't coast over the finish line. I got nothing.
Nice one, Darbs. Oh, it hit the tree and came back.
Definitely not pro golf. It's ladies' night out.
We met actually in grade, I think we were in Valley View Junior Secondary in Kamloops. I think we were grade 7 is when we met.
Boom! Path!
Gotta like it. Oh, there you go, Darbs. Beautiful shot.
As a musician, I'll be playing for many years to come. Musicians don't get to retire; they just stop playing music and die. I think isn't that how it works?
I mean, it was a great ride. I mean, really, she got to meet a lot of people and do a lot of great things. And and the coolest part is now is I'm sitting in my office listening to 96.3, and on comes Darby. It's been pretty awesome, man, to still be a rock and roller after 30 years. And then to make that decision finally to say, okay, you know, enough's enough. I'm just gonna go on my own. I'm starting my career all over again at 57 years of age, right? That's huge. You know, I don't know if I can start my career over again at 57 years of age. You know what? I'm retiring. You know what? I'm not starting my career again. So, you know, God bless her for that, absolutely. Woo.
The harder you try to get high and dry, the more you keep kicking 'cause you're drowning in the water. Woo! Normally I have to wear two pairs of glasses, so I sit like this so that I can see my keyboard and the machine or the screen at the same time, but I won't do that. I won't do that to you right now. So Facebook's been a great addition to my career anyway. It gives you an opportunity to be one-on-one with people that are interested on being one-on-one with you. So like every morning, anybody who's having a birthday that's friends with me on my profile, I send them a happy birthday card or saying usually something funny or witty or stupid. And just to let them know that I'm aware that they're out there and thankful for their continued support. Being an independent artist now, I don't have a label, I don't have a publisher. I am the publisher, so all I can do is share through here, keeping the promotions going, because that is now, they are my promotion. The Mad Dash Pants. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. See ya. You know, I went and saw Cher with my oldest son about 3-4 years ago. And Cyndi Lauper opened for Cher. And she came on stage. She didn't stop for a second. She was 61 at the time. And she gave it so hard that I was embarrassed at myself. I was like, you've been slacking off, girl. She's 61 and look at what she can do. So I got serious again, and not that I ever quit training. I just realized that you can always do more if you want to do more, right? People want to see somebody up there doing something that they can't necessarily do. You're giving them something. They've paid. Give them something, and if you can look good doing it, then, or at least try to look good doing it.
For women in music, it's very, very tough because it's a male-driven business. It's not how does she sound, it's also how did she look. I mean, a male singer can look like Elvis the final days, but everything is fine. But if a woman looks like that, it's like, holy, did you see her? She looked like she gained like 1,000 pounds, you know. It's so difficult. I think she works at it as soon as she gets up in the morning. I mean, she works out, but it's personal pride and it's who she is. She doesn't want to have a bad night on stage, doesn't use excuses, and I would say she's a real hard worker. Thank God one of us is. Our wedding was filmed by Much Music. It was crazy. The jam band afterwards was the who's who of the business, which was great. It was a great time. The hardest thing was the next day opening up the presents because I was so hungover. But we managed to make it through.
He ended up having to give up everything he'd worked for because he was a co-manager for the band. We ended up in a relationship, and it's always played on me. He had to leave the Headpins, walk away from years of his hard work, and because he was given the ultimatum to either walk away from the Headpins or walk away from the singer. He chose me and ended up having to reinvent his life after that, and it's been a really rough road for him.
Time to do the club. It's even got my name on the front. I had no idea there's no music business up here. I had no idea what I was going to do up here. I do the golf store. I work 1 day a week, sometimes more. $24.95.
We moved home here so that my family could help babysit and help be part of our lives. He's been Mr. Mom for all this gallivanting around the country and the world that I've had the opportunity to do. So he's really as responsible for my successes as anybody.
May of 2014, I was out golfing. I came home and I started sweating like crazy, and I couldn't figure out why. Why am I sweating? The air conditioning's on, like this sucks. And woke up 3 days later in the hospital. I had a cardiac arrest. I died. You didn't know how, this could happen to you and your life is over like that. You realize how precious life is and how things can change, and you want to do what you want to do because you don't know if you'll get a chance to do it.
We did not know if he was going to make it. We talked long and hard about it. It was a major part of making this decision, and he's like, yeah, let's give it a try. Let's see what we can do as a team.
Trooper called me, and they want you to stay and go up on stage. Then
what is our showtime?
Showtime is 7 o'clock.
Brian's back in the business. He's become my manager again. We've got a new agent after all these years. We're working with a new agent, and all these pieces are new, so we're doing it.
CanadaFest week, you're arriving there on Wednesday, August the 9th. In fact, the whole band's going to be arriving on the 9th. Everything else is good except for getting rooms on the 15th for Toronto. So instead of paying $200 a night, we're seeing if we can get something better.
Okay. So I'm taking 4 bags. That's going to cost about $350 on top of my flight to get that stuff on, as well as all the rest. So getting on and flying on a plane for a band, unless you can bring absolutely nothing, a lot of the times you're paying almost as much as you're making just to get to the show. It's crazy. We're approximately 2 hours out of showtime. For me, anyway, this is the 4th year I've been involved in this event called CanadaFest. And 3 times I've been with the Headpins, but Chuck and Josie and Annette have been so kind to bring back the new project for the 4th year. So we're really excited and under a little bit of pressure to make sure that we pull this off for them as well as for us. Oh yeah, a piece of my heart's out of the set too. It's okay. It's all good.
Hey, rock and roll. You can't ever stop it. We need you. It does. People just absolutely love you and love what you've done. It's you. The original.
Go get it. Cheers. All right.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you. Someone said to me the other day, what do you have for plan B? And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm a musician. I have no pension. The only money I get is what I go out and work for, and my expenses. It's a business. It's either that or going to work at Walmart. Thank you so much. Welcome to CanadaFest, everybody. So glad you made it out. Are you having a good time so far? Thank you so much for taking a chance on my new project, giving us an opportunity to come and show you that there is life after 40 years of the old guy. However, my husband's here tonight for the first time in I don't know how many years, so I have all the respect in the world for a particular old guy. This is something off the solo CD called Flying Solo, and the song's called Hot Water!
It's the vote of confidence that any artist needs. You know, that going out on your own is very scary. And she just needs that reassurance from her fans that, you know, we're here to see you. And I think they're gonna like what they hear. And I think it's gonna bring on a whole new group of fans too, which is gonna be good.
There's a video that was just released 4 days ago from when we played in Mattawa. And this thing's had, I think, over 30,000
Yeah, it's
views
around 30,000 right now.
within 4 days. Had it not been Darby Mills, I'm quite certain that there wouldn't have been 30,000 views of that. So she definitely has a fan base to draw from.
We're getting hits and hits and hits and hits, so it shows it's being shared a lot. So now you see people singing along to the original material, not just the Headpin stuff. So it shows that it's getting known.
It's just, boom, you can really be effective.
Too bad we didn't have this in the 80s.
Yeah.
You're realizing life can be done now. So I'm gonna try to make a difference and go out there and just be who we are and enjoy the ride, and now try and be even better.